Having an eye-catching thumbnail to all of your videos when you upload them online these days is crucial for your video's success. Your thumbnail needs to be seen, for it to be clicked, for then your video to be watched. In this video, we're going to explore how to create eye-catching thumbnails and the key elements to include on all of them, and that's coming up right now. Hey there, Mark Warnkin here, your friendly and helpful social media for business expert. And if this is your first time here, this channel is all about helping business owners and brands and companies to understand and harness the power of social media to generate leads and increase sales using LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a whole lot more. So hit the subscribe button below to stay up to date with everything social media. I release videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and you definitely don't want to be missing out on them. Recording and uploading video content these days, I believe, is essential for anyone in business these days, no matter what industry you're working in, no matter what niche you're targeting. And there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to be doing video content. The success of any of your videos, though, all starts with the thumbnail. Now, the thumbnail is the little square image that most of us have probably seen on YouTube or Facebook or even on your blog or your website. The success of your video will be determined by having an eye-catching thumbnail, because you might be producing great video content, but the thumbnail needs to be seen, the thumbnail needs to be clicked before your video can get watched. So in this video, we're going to explore how to correctly create eye-catching thumbnails so they stand out amongst the very crowded market that is increasingly in the world of online video. So how to correctly create a thumbnail, the key elements to include on that, so you will vastly increase the chances of all of this video content that you need to be producing actually get seen. So let's go to some live screen action now, where you'll be able to follow my mouse. Grab a pen and paper as well as we go through step by step how to create an eye-catching thumbnail so it stands out from the crowd, which means it vastly increases the chances of your video being watched. So here we are with some live screen action now. I'm on my homepage of YouTube, and as you can see, there is a whole range of videos and their thumbnails appearing here, all different in regard to the color, the message, the wording. Some have images of people, some have images of products or services. There are a whole range. So, and as I said to you in my intros, the success of your videos on YouTube and Facebook and wherever you're posting your video content online these days, the success of them will be greatly determined by how eye-catching your thumbnail is, because your video won't get watched unless the thumbnail gets clicked. And we're living in amazing times where 70% of traffic now, online traffic, is on a mobile device. And I'm recording this on my desktop, so the images are probably a little bit bigger. But when you consider scrolling through quickly on your phone, how important then it actually becomes to have an eye-catching thumbnail. People are literally scrolling on their phone. Their thumb is ready to continue scrolling, so we need to make that stand out. So your goal is to have your thumbnail seen before someone quickly scrolls past like that. You want your thumbnail to be seen, the thumbnail to be read, the thumbnail to be clicked, and then only then will your video start getting watched and consumed. So quite often people say, Mark, my videos aren't getting watched, and I go and have a look at their thumbnail, and their thumbnail is poor. So creating a thumbnail is one of the keys to success. And all of the top performing videos on YouTube and other places online, they do have custom thumbnails. Now, for some of you, you may not have even noticed this, and hopefully this tutorial is informative and entertaining and you'll take something away from it. But I pretty much guarantee you will start looking at YouTube videos and thumbnails now in a different way. And a big mistake people make is that they just select the auto default thumbnail. So, and I'll explain what that is as I go through this tutorial as well. One, they upload a video and YouTube will then give them 2 or 3 options of a thumbnail, and quite often it can be a crazy face or an awful face, or you've got your eyes closed or whatever, but they will just go with the auto one that is created for them.
So let's go over to my channel and we'll be able to see a couple of mine in actions. Firstly, to create custom thumbnails, you need to have your YouTube channel verified. So I'm not going to go into that in too much detail in these videos, but you need a verified YouTube channel to activate the custom thumbnail feature. I actually have a separate video on how to do that in the comment section below. So we'll just move straight on. So with the thumbnails, you basically want to make sure that they're communicating the title or the story of what your video is going to be about. How to hit this particular one here, how to create a Facebook business page, and the title of my video is on and around exactly that, how to create a Facebook business page. So you want to make sure that the thumbnail relates to the title of the video, and then you want to make sure that the title of your video matches the content of your video. Just what I'm doing here, how to create custom thumbnails. This video is all about how to create eye-catching custom thumbnails. So, and you can do that a few ways, and I'm going to get to that right now. So I use a tool called Canva. Canva is a free software tool where you can go in and make customized thumbnails. Stay around to the end of this video, because at the end of this section, I'm going to go into Canva and I'm going to show you exactly how I did some of these very basic custom thumbnails. The other way to do it is to utilize a service called Fiverr. Fiverr is an outsourcing service, and for $5, I've utilized them quite often. For $5, I get fantastic looking thumbnails, I believe. Some of my thumbnails here, I think the gentleman that I'm using, or the person that I'm using, does 3 of them for $5, and it's just, you know, instead of me wasting my time and effort trying to, you know, utilize Photoshop and all of these other things, I invest a little bit of money. But we will be able to show you utilizing Canva how you can do it for free. And now there was a survey done by VidCon, and they say 90% of all the top performing videos have 3 elements in their thumbnails. Now, the 3 elements are, you have text on your thumbnail is the keyword or the key phrase that people would be searching for, or the solution, or the problem that you're solving, or the entertaining aspect of your video. LinkedIn active status, see this one over here, LinkedIn's active status, and it relates to the bottom of the video. The second element that all of the top performing videos have is they have an image on the thumbnail as well. So most of mine, I go with an image of myself. So it could be an image of a product or service. And if we flick back over to this particular slide here where we have, it could be an image of a product or a service. And I think I found a good one just down below here. There was a Microsoft one here. Windows 10 Beginner's Guide. It's very clear what this is all about. There's a photo of a laptop in the background, Windows 10 Beginner's Guide, and away we go. So the elements they have is the keyword is on your thumbnail, or the wording on your thumbnail is the key phrase or the title of the video. There's an image in the video thumbnail as well. And the third element is having some particular background. See, most of mine, I just don't have a blank wall. I've got my person who did it for me on Fiverr to customize the background, to make it pop, to make it stand out. And that comes into play over here as well. So having a look at this particular one, looks like American football players. It looks like a game of some description. This particular one here, the background, 10 richest YouTubers, and there's an image in the background. So let's go into a little bit more detail, those particular things. So the number one we mentioned was having the text in your thumbnail. As we go back to my channel, the text in your thumbnail is the keyword or the key phrase of your particular video that people would be searching for. Now, one of the big mistakes I see people make is they include too many words too many words in the thumbnail. So ideally you want to be sort of aiming for between 4 and 6 words only. Now this particular one here, create a LinkedIn business page, right on point, right on key, 4 words maximum, create LinkedIn business page. It's very clear, hopefully for most people. Then they scroll to the title, how to create a LinkedIn business page. I believe this particular one, very clear, very simple on what the video is all about. The thumbnail seen, the title is read, clicked, and the video gets watched. So try and aim for between 4 and 6 words only. It can be hard, or say 30 characters max. And you want to try and add a background color behind each of the words. So over on this particular one, see, I have connections, followers on LinkedIn. Great, it's only 3 words, very clear. The black writing on the yellow background, the white writing on the red background, and then I have the LinkedIn logo here. So try and implement that as well. It just makes the wording pop. Remembering the goal is to have the thumbnail seen. And the last component, or the next component I want to mention here, see how all of them have generally the words or the letters are in capitals as well. So really makes them pop, really makes them stand out. So, and some of the aspects and some of the wordings that you're wanting to try and utilize on how-to titles work really well, like this particular one, how to create a Facebook business page. Very simple, very clear on what the video is going to be about, and it matches the title. So how-to can be very effective, but maybe try and aim for some emotional, compelling words, things like effective, powerful, fast, quick, crazy, new or amazing, those type of things. Use those are the type of words that will stop people in their tracks, which will enable them to read the thumbnail, see the thumbnail, read the thumbnail, click the thumbnail, and your video starts getting watched. And finally, on all of this, you're wanting to use clear and simple fonts only. Don't make it too fancy. A clear, simple thumbnail wording beats fancy all the time. So they're the elements in regard to the wording and the colors on making your thumbnail pop. As we move into the second element then, so the second element that all of the top performing videos have on their thumbnails is they generally have a product or a service mentioning, so, or an image of themselves, of the person, or a product or service. So for me, I'm my business and I'm my brand. So on all of my thumbnails, as a co-branding exercise, I have an image of me. Now, I've had these professionally done and I put them on professionally myself. So, and you're wanting to make the image as big as possible. This is a good example down here. Nice large image. It fills most of the space. These ones are particularly maybe a little bit small, but you're wanting to have an image of yourself if your own business or brand, or over here, we'll just click over here, or a product or service. Filmora is one of the editing softwares that I use. There we go, there's a tip. I'll put the information for that in the link section below. But Filmora, there's an image of them. What else have we got over here? What else have we got over here? An image of a product or service. Well, image of a photo of a person, photo of a person. Now you can see these particular thumbnails. Now these videos have had amazing views, but you can see how here the default option is just of the person speaking on stage. It doesn't have that wow effect. Let's try and find an image of a product, an image. Here we go. The image here, day 1, day 7. So how thinning, I went from thin to thick hair in just a week. And this particular video has had over 1 million views in less than a month. So try and include an image of yourself or a product or service in your thumbnail as well. And if it's going to be an image of you, crazy faces draw the eye's attention. So hopefully you'll start, and for me, I'm having to learn and embrace that myself. Crazy faces work better. And just on the last part of element number 2, positioning over on the right-hand side seems to work best as well. So they're just some of the tips. So as we move on to element number 3 that you want to include, and we've already touched on that, having something in the background. Now this particular one, having a blank wall or just a white wall or a black wall, sometimes doesn't work as good as it could be. Now, not always, because I'm going to show you a gentleman who does the the blank wall in all of his videos, and he does very, very well. So on this particular one, see on this one, I've got the picture of the iPhone, Facebook's blue button, and it's showing the picture of my smartphone, because this particular video is all about, which blue button, which call to action button works best on your Facebook page. So trying to have something in the background instead of just a blank wall, it can be a bit of a turn off. You do want to declutter though as well. Sometimes having too much in the background can be distracting as well. Let's see if I can find one that has too much in the background. This particular one has a lot going on. This person in a car. Too much distraction in the background. This particular one here, there's lots there. I don't know whether I'm looking at this side or this side, but I love this one. Look at this. Press for 30 seconds. Press for 30 seconds. You know, the thumbnail's compelling, and it's not decluttered. There's an image of the person's hand, but decluttering works better as well. And generally, brighter colours grab the eye's attention. So just on that, I mentioned not having just a clean background, but this particular gentleman that I follow on, Brian Dean, that I follow on YouTube, does amazing videos all about search engine optimization and ranking video. His particular style is just a relatively blank green background. Now, he has jazzed it up here with an image or two on it, but very clear, very simple. And that leads us into one of the bonus tips that I want to explore and explain to people on what you can do. Some people always suggest adding a watermark, and he's got his watermark, his business name over here on the left-hand side. Brian's really good, so I really suggest that you consume and watch some of his videos. He's taught me a hell of a lot. But on all of his watermark is down the left. His style of his videos, it is the same look. And that's the second bonus tip that I want to actually discuss. My videos are, I haven't gone down that path yet of getting a signature style. There's a photo of me, but they're all quite individual. Brian has gone down that path of having all of his video thumbnails reflecting image of him with the black background, the white writing, thumbnail, watermark over here, and the green background. So that's his signature style. So that's something that I'm going to look to evolve myself. I teach social media across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and a few others. So I might need to create a couple of them to give myself that own signature style. So there we go. That's some of the elements on how to create eye-catching thumbnails, the writing, the colors, the background, the images, all of that will come into play, and all of that's going to go a long way to determining your success here on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're uploading a video. Remembering the thumbnail needs to be seen, read before it's even clicked, before your video starts to get watched. Now, we're going to go over to this live screen action now here with Canva. So this is where you're able to do it for free. You can utilize Fiverr. Fiverr is a paid service. I'm going to key in here YouTube thumbnails, and up will come a whole lot of providers that can make customized YouTube or video thumbnails for you. It's asking me to log in. I don't particularly want to log in. And away we go. Come on. And away we go. So here we go. Look at this. On Fiverr for $7, I will design an eye-catching thumbnail. Look at this. I will do 2 best YouTube thumbnails. So go through that. I don't have anyone that I'm recommending. You work that out yourself. But my tip is don't spend hours and hours in a day like I did trying to customize thumbnails myself, because from my perspective, it's not worth the time and effort. But for others, you can do it for free. But I now have a particular person that I utilize here on Fiverr, and they do all of my thumbnails. I think they give me 3 for $10, something like that. So, but I do want to show you the free option. The free option is utilizing this program called Canva, C-A-N-V-A, and a big shout out to Mark I'm coming here from Sydney, Australia, and Canva's an Australian girl. I think she's based in Melbourne. Wonderful business. She's created this platform of creating designs. So I don't know her name, but maybe someone can let me know who she is. But she's an Australian girl, and she's doing extremely well with her business, and it's gone global, and it's going gangbusters. So Canva is the platform. And these are some of the very simple ones that I've done here, and you can have a look. This particular one here on LinkedIn, I'm quite pleased with. It's nice and simple, quick and easy. This one here, how to correctly create a Facebook page, I don't mind as well. So if you then want to utilize Canva, and it's free, and you want to create your own custom thumbnails, we go to here, custom dimensions up the top, and you want to then key in 1280 times, we're going to need 720 to give us a custom. This will give you the correct sizing for how to start creating your own custom thumbnail here on Canva. And as we load, and away we go. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, it's white background. I'm going to change the background so we can see what we're doing. let's change it to the green color here. Let's change it to green. Let's change it to green. It doesn't want to work. Why doesn't it want to work? There we go. There we go. If I use it properly, it will work. So, okay, so allows us to you to see the screen a little bit better. So over here, we've got some of the elements and uploads. I've actually got images and templates over here ready and waiting. So I'm going to bring this image of me over here. And this is how easy it is to start creating and customizing. Now, I'm not going to go into too much time and effort to make this overly glamorous. It's just the styling. I want to keeping it short, sharp and sweet, but you can see, so I've got an image of myself pictured over here on the right hand side. Okay, what other elements? We're now going to add some text. I click on the text box here, add a heading, and away we go. I'm going to now move this over here. It's very simple. Now, utilizing it the first time will be a little bit tricky, but rest assured, once you do it a few times, here we go. How to create custom thumbnails using Canva. And away we go. I've started to utilize to put in the words. Now, one of my tips was to make the wording and the images of you as big as possible. I'm going to select a font, and the font that I generally go with is bold. Where is it? Aileron Heavy. And there we go. So make that as large as possible. Now, I needed to put an extra element behind that. If I'm going to, I want to just show you something, move that over here, because I'm just going to grab an element over here. I'm going to put in a white background here, because I'm now then wanting to position the wording, and white's maybe not the best way to do it, the wording in front of it, position forward. There we go. So I'm not doing this the particularly nicest and best particular way, but hopefully people can see what I'm doing. And I do have a separate video on how to utilize Canva, so I will put the link to that in the background as well. So I'm going to put the element there. Now, white on white is not good. I'm going to change it, maybe make it blue. Here we go. So hopefully people are getting the idea on how this is now coming to life. Now, the green and the white and the black and the blue, I know is not good. You can then shoot me a message saying, Mark, your color combinations aren't very good at all. But for the sake of this exercise, this is it. So see how relatively quickly I've started to create a customized thumbnail. Now, I can guarantee you, you may as well spend 5 minutes, 5 hours doing this, because I've gone down that path using, here we go, I haven't thumbnailed using. There we go. How to create custom thumbnail using Canva. That just gives you an idea how simple and quick and easy. If I wanted to add an extra element or an image, if I wanted to add the LinkedIn logo down the bottom, you can see how it starts coming to life. Or is this particular, if this was my business logo, I could put it down the bottom like there as well. So that just gives you an idea. I'm not a Canva expert, but I know how to use it quite well now. I do have some of my designs. Some of them are okay, but I use it for a whole heap of reasons as well. So that's probably finishing up on our live screen action. So go to the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on some of the aspects that you're including in your thumbnails. But it's really, really important we get this right, because unless you have an eye-catching thumbnail, your video won't get watched, because the thumbnail needs to get clicked beforehand.
So there you go. Hopefully this video has been informative and entertaining, and it's explained a little bit more the psychic behind creating videos and what happens where your thumbnail needs to be seen for it to be clicked for your video to get watched. There's definitely a sequence that follows, and In the vast majority of cases, it's all going to start with creating an eye-catching thumbnail that grabs the viewer's attention. What I'd like you to do is to go to my YouTube channel, Mark Warnkin, Social Media Selling 123. Hit the subscribe button below because I'm uploading videos generally every Wednesday and Saturday, informative videos that's going to help grow your business or your brand using social media, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a whole lot more. And also go to the comment section below. Let me know where you're tuning in from and watching these videos. I love to get feedback. Tell me what you like. Tell me some video options or video content that you would like me to be producing as well, and I will add that to my list in upcoming videos. Mark Warnkin, Social Media Selling 123 signing off, and I'll see you again in another one of my videos real soon.